Hello everyone, this is VG Sav, and today I want to talk about eSports. COD eSports playlist is back to some extent. It's kind of like League playing Black Ops 2. If you played League playing Black Ops 2, it will feel very familiar. If you didn't play League play in Black Ops 2 and you have absolutely no idea what COD eSports is or the rules or anything like that, welcome to the noob guide to eSports. COD eSports rules, that is, for the Clan v Clan playlist. If you can't find it, it's in the Clan v Clan playlist. It actually took over the objective Clan v Clan playlist in the Clan v Clan playlist. This sounds very redundant when I say it like that. However, so there's a whole new set of rules and a whole new set of things that you need to know before you even go into there. Very first thing I'm going to tell you is beware, tryhards are inside. You are going to be playing against people who want to be optic scumpy. I'm telling you that right now. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. It's not necessarily a bad thing either. Sometimes it can be, sometimes, but you know, especially if you're beating them, you're going to hear them scream at you sometimes. Unfortunately, the Call of Duty competitive, I shouldn't say everybody. I shouldn't blanket everybody and say everybody is, but there are a lot of people that want to be in the competitive scene that are very angry when you beat them. Heads up, warning right now. My word of advice, mute everybody so you don't have to hear them. But anyway, before you even go into that playlist, you need to make sure that your classes are set up properly. And in order for you to do that, you have to take certain things out that you may be using in your classes. And the very first thing I'm going to tell you is it should be taken out. I don't know if it actually has been yet. I actually think I was playing last night with a guy who was running with it, the ghillie suit. If your character's wearing the ghillie suit, until they may have to fix it still, you may not be able to play. You may have to get another guy who doesn't have a ghillie suit. So that's first and foremost. Next is your weapons. You are not going to be able to play with any kind of launcher. No secondary launcher, no noob tubes, nothing. No, that's your cassette, whatever you call it, and your grenade launcher, your rocket launcher, the RPG, and the I forget the other one's name. It'll come to me later, I'm sure. Also, the MSBS assault rifle, you cannot use that. The competitive scene, I guess, thinks it's overpowered. It is a little bit still. It's still a one-burst machine. So that is not allowed. Any and all marksman rifles. If you have a marksman rifle in your loadout, you are not going to be able to use that loadout. Marksman rifles are banned in competitive. And lastly, the ride shield, and that's probably for good reason. Lethals and tacticals. If you have IED, C4, canister bomb, motion sensor, 9-bang, or thermobaric, you are not going to be able to use that loadout. All those items are banned. IEDs for obvious reasons, C4s because they're overpowered. I actually don't know anything about the canister bomb. I don't know anybody that uses it. I've personally never used it. Motion sensor for obvious reasons. The 9-bang, I guess because it can, the 9-bang, if you hold it for so long, it actually can be turned into an EMP. I don't know why that's a bad thing, to be honest with you. And thermobaric, I don't even know what that is, so I've never used it, so I can't even comment on that. Attachments. If you have these attachments on your guns, you are not going to be able to use that loadout. The grenade launcher, just like noob tubes above, you can't use any kind of noob tube. That includes the grenade launcher. Akimbo. If you're running akimbo pistols, if you're running, which I think is the only thing you can run akimbo in this game, you are not going to be able to use that loadout. Rapid fire. I know that's common on a lot of SMGs. A lot of people like to use rapid fire. Can't use it. Sorry. Select fire. That includes select fire. It includes the 3-round burst. It includes fully automatic for guns that aren't fully automatic, like the MSBS, and it includes semi-auto for guns. It's an attachment. So any kind of select fire that alters the way the gun normally shoots, not allowed. And finally, the tracker sight. The tracker sight is banned. However, this does not yet include the new gun that was in the DLC. I know at some point it will. Trust me, I know it will at some point. Both of those guns are probably going to be banned. However, they're not at the moment. And that sniper rifle that comes with the built-in tracker sight is actually allowed. BS if you ask me. I can't wait till they get it out. But as of right now, you are allowed to use the new guns. Kill streaks, you're not allowed to use any support or any assault kill streaks. If you have those kill streaks on your class, you are not going to be able to use that class. And specialist, you are allowed to use specialist streaks, but there's certain perks that are restricted. I'll go through the perks in just a second. But if you have those perks in your specialist streak, you are not going to be able to use that class. And the banned perks, and this goes for the actual perks themselves, it goes for your special kill streak. You can't use Amplify, you can't use Recon, you can't use Gambler, you can't use Ping, Deadeye for obvious reasons, Stalker, and Danger Close. For obvious reasons on Danger Close. So if you have any of those in your loadout, you are not going to be able to use that loadout. So before you even go into the Clan v Clan objective playlist, make sure all those items are not in the loadout that you would like to use, because if they are, you are not going to be able to play. You are going to have to use the default loadout that they have, and to be honest with you, it's not that good, the default loadout. Yeah, so you will be able to play, but you have to, unfortunately, use a default loadout that they set up specifically for people like you who are noobs at the eSports playlist and do not have the proper classes set up. When you do get into the playlist, you are going to play only a select amount of games. There's only 3 game modes on 4 different maps. I'm sorry, 5 different maps. The maps and game modes in this order: Freight, Blitz, Freight Domination, Freight Search and Destroy, Octane Blitz, Octane Domination, Octane Search and Destroy. Strike Zone, I'm reading the wrong list here. Strike Zone is Domination only. Sovereign, Domination, and Search and Destroy only. And Warhawk, Blitz, and Search and Destroy only. And obviously, as I was reading that off, I'm sure you can tell that Domination, Blitz, and Search and Destroy are the only 3 game modes. So if you don't like Domination, you don't like Blitz, and you don't like Search and Destroy, even though a lot of people don't like Blitz, people like me kind of just put up with Blitz or try to vote against it or leave the lobby, come back in when Blitz comes up. You may not want to play the eSports playlist. But there's special rules put in place to actually make them more competitive, and almost at sometimes, especially even for Blitz, I hate Blitz, but if these, the settings that they put in make it a little more interesting. For Blitz in particular, 5-minute rounds, which already exist in pubs. However, they put a 5-second respawn delay on. So when you die, you have to wait 5 seconds before you come back in. So if you don't like respawn delays, if you were never a fan of Capture the Flag in previous Call of Duties, you may not like this playlist, because Blitz and actually Domination, when I get to it, both have respawn delays. Also, the only other difference between Blitz Pubs and Blitz Esports is there's no 8 capture limit per round. Once there's 8 captures in pubs, the game stops, you switch sides. And if you get 8 captures again, game over. So it's 16. If you get 16 total captures, game's over. Not in the eSports playlist. You can get, if it were possible, I'd have to do the math. Let's see, it's a 10-second timer. If it were possible, you could get up to 100 captures. It just keeps counting and counting and counting every single one, and then after 5 minutes, you switch sides. And there's no capture limit. Domination, like I said earlier, 5-second spawn delays, and the way it's supposed to be played is 5 seconds on one side, or I'm sorry, 5 minutes on one side, then stop and switch sides and play 5 minutes on the other side. However, Ghost has not got that correct. Not gotten that right yet. I don't know what came out of my mouth. Infinity Ward, I should say, has not gotten that right. So you only have a 5-minute game. You start on whatever side you start on, and you have 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes, it's over. Like I said, there's the 5-second respawn delay, and there's, like I said, there's supposed to be 2 rounds. It's only 1 round, so make sure at the end of 5 minutes, because it's going to end at 5 minutes. It's not. There's not going to be any, there's no points. Like I said, there's no point limits like in Blitz. So technically, you could triple cap all 3 flags, and it could go up to 100 and whatever. It's not going to end at any point total. It's going to go for 5 minutes, and 5 minutes, it's over. And lastly, Search and Destroy. Pubs, it's 2.5 minutes. In the eSports playlist, it's 1.5 minutes per round. The bomb timer is 45 seconds in both. The plant time is 5 seconds in both pubs and esports playlist. However, the defuse time in pubs is 5 seconds, but in the esports playlist, it's 7.5 seconds. So it's a little bit longer to fuse, which you'll see it actually makes it a whole hell of a lot more interesting and exciting and fun, in my opinion. And you also switch sides after every round, so you will plant on one round, and then the next round you're going to defend, and then the third round you're going to plant, and then the fourth round you're going to defend. And it's a six round limit. So once you have to win 6 rounds to win, whereas in pubs it's only 4 rounds you have to win the game. So that's pretty much everything in the COD eSports playlist. I didn't even tell you guys, this is actually a search and destroy that me and a couple guys from the clan, I believe it was Charlie Clutch, CMCB Carter, and the third Nipple, aka VG Nip. We're playing a search and destroy. I think it was the first night the esports playlist was out, and we had a very competitive match here. It was a lot of fun to play. If you haven't played it, I highly, highly, highly recommend trying it out. Like if you never played League, playing Black Ops 2, you have to at least try it. It takes all the BS out of the game. It takes the IEDs. It takes the C4 and the overpowered guns like the marksman rifles and like riot shields, and takes it out of the game and just strips the game down to skill. It's skill and brains. You have to have a bit of brains to win. You can't just bum rush and search and destroy all the time, because if you do, you're going to lose. At the same time, you can't just camp in a corner in domination and expect to win. So it takes the campers out of the game as well. I personally like to play it. As frustrated as I get with it, and like I said earlier, the tryhards are going to be in there. You're probably going to get yelled at if you don't have them on mute if you beat them, but it's the game. It makes the game a lot more fun to me, in my opinion. Like I said, when you take stuff that just drives you nuts, like the IEDs, and if you've played a lot of Search lately, you've noticed the what some people are calling AIDS. It's the riot shield with the C4, danger close and all that crap, and he just chucks the C4 at you, and you blow up. That's not in this, so it's definitely refreshing. Albeit it can be a little bit harder too. Like I said, because a lot of the guys that are playing it are tryhards. But anyway, so that's my COD eSports for dummies, if you will. If you like my video, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you for watching.
Switching sides.
I don't think he saw me coming. I don't know what he was thinking.
Search and destroy. Destroy the objective. We got the bomb.
Yeah, Gunner went down.
Time's almost up.
I closed it behind me. Oh yeah, I just seen him. I missed him. Yeah, he was probably looking at that guy at the bottom. Crates. He's second floor burr right now. I just heard him up here. He's sitting in a corner. Jesus Christ. No, but now I did.
Mission accomplished. Good day's work.